How's it going, everybody? I am the Zabin, Neo Zabin here on Broadcast Zabin, and we are back with more of the Town of Light. Now, in the last video, or yeah, I believe it was the last one, I talked about how I wanted to go into the game and do the little options that we didn't get to do, which was basically choosing the bottom path. And I have right here sort of like basically it is a guide, but just showing how to get to that bottom section. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to chapter 5. I'm gonna do all the choices that it says we have to do. It says the order is BAA, BBA, and then that should allow us to go. Regardless of what we do in that, we should be able to go through this bottom path. And then, of course, everything in 12 is gonna be different. 13, 14, we're gonna all do. I think we could get through all of that if we're quick enough. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go into chapter 5. But how's everybody doing? I would put. Well, I got to cover myself up, and I have something on here, or on me, I should say. It's somewhat drying up. But I don't think I'm gonna show this just yet. I think once it heals a bit more or a bit better, or maybe in a vlog if we ever actually do one properly, we'll go ahead and show it. But uh, I got something on the my rib, on the side of my rib, right side, um, and I think that'd be really cool to have in. Oh, definitely. If there's ever a picture, you might see it on my Instagram. If you don't know my Instagram, it is the real Zabin, and you should be able to find me. It's a cartoon guy, a cartoon picture of me basically on the cover, or as the profile picture. As of the moment, I don't know if I'm gonna change it just yet. I'm pretty sure I didn't change it. I was thinking about changing it to my dog. Alright, here we go.
March 12th, 1938.
Renee T, 16 years old. Menstruation at...
So we should be able to skip
it.
it.
It's forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there will be trouble.
Okay, so I'm not gonna... Okay, there we go. So the first option we're supposed to pick is B, which is don't be scared, nothing will happen to you. Okay.
We have to look for Amara.
A, go on.
She is frightened. Yes, that's
I want to
true.
put skip.
The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done. Like witches.
Oh yeah,
at the
we did
stake.
skip this, I think. No, we didn't skip this one, did we? I don't think so. Okay, so I think it said the next one is A. Yeah, which is, was this what frightened you? Which was the burning or something, I don't know.
So many things.
So our last choices are B, B,
the
and A.
system I lived in was built on...
It must have been horrifying. Perfect, that's what we wanted.
April 20... I can't remember these things.
B, everything will become clear. And then last will be A.
Amara, she was good.
Which is, oh. So that's basically it. So now when we... Yes, so when we press it, now we have that one. Remember, last time we had the one where we X'd off ourselves instead of the group. But in this one, we have it the other way around, where we X the group instead of ourselves. I don't remember the music being this bump.
The grounds at the back of the hospital, and then down to the kitchens.
Oh, right. So if I remember correctly, we ended up reading something, like a piece of paper that was on there. Oh, wait.
This
that means
is the road we used to take.
That means when we get to the chair... Or it's a flashback.
If it weren't for her.
I'm gonna lower the audio in my ear a bit. But
in spring,
last time when we went through this, she talked about, her experience or whatever. But when we...
Watching
what would you call it? Like a flashback or a memory? I mean, I guess technically this is a memory, but when we had that, like, flashback
and then there were the kitchens.
of when...
Sometimes we stole food.
There's
and ran
this
back
part,
to the
basically.
bench to eat it in secret. And we laughed.
Last time we saw it was just her by herself, but At this time,
She
we should
did
be able to
things to me.
see
Sometimes she touched me.
her.
In the shower,
I
I
can't skip
felt her
this.
body
I
against
can't.
mine
I'm sorry.
for the
Nudity.
first time.
I'm gonna have to put like a warning in the beginning or something. I gotta remember to
There was
put a
shiver
warning.
that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light
Um,
slipped away.
But I am confused. I think this is my little theory about it, because I think. Oh, excuse me. I don't think she just had like.
She wasn't in the system. He wouldn't let her in.
How do I want to state
She
it?
must be the key to my memories, to the reasons why. Nature helped me to forget, to escape
Oh, look,
from
see?
the system.
So now we got now we have a trophy called Together, which I'm confused why that is. And I think, since there's like a bench around here somewhere, if we go next to it, or we're gonna have to pass it, so it might happen regardless. But I think if we go to that, it's going to trigger the memory or the picture, and she's gonna see, instead of it being
Scent
her
of
by
spring.
herself, it's gonna
The
be
land
her
of
with
light was far away,
Amara,
and we
or
spent the
Amara.
days chatting on the stone benches.
It's one of these. No. This one, right? Okay, I can't interact with that. It might be one of these. I thought it was this one. Hold on, let me go back just in case. No? Yeah, there's 2 benches over there, so it's gotta be one of those. Not the bench. What? The minute I see it, I'll recognize it for sure. We already looked at a few. Hold on. Because if we go this way, we're gonna end up running into the kitchen, and that doesn't make sense. I swear it was one of those. Because remember, in the record, it said that she sits outside of the kitchen, and the people who work the kitchens. Okay. The people who work the kitchens kind of, no. It's gotta be one of those. Because the people in the kitchens report, like, what she's doing. There we go. See, it's very different. We see that there was 2 of them, and there was somebody walking in the back. So, there's some differences. Not a lot. So that was definitely her chair there. But it didn't trigger for some reason, which I'm very confused about. Now, I think, depending how you play through it and your choices, gives you a view of either what is reality and what is the fictional, what is going on in her head. So I think the parts where what fly fell on me, that's weird. Or I should say landed. Fell is like if it was injured or something.
Come on, let's look everywhere. She must be here, I'm certain. Let's look for Amara in the kitchens, in the basement of the building, behind the greenhouse.
She said in the basement. Oh, so I think regardless we have to pick up that one paper. Yeah, see, it says look for Amara. The paper isn't there. Remember when we first played, there was a piece of paper here, and it was kind of like a note in a way of, I don't know if I want to say it was hinting at something. I'm gonna keep... What happens if I just turn on the...
We can't go down there.
Whoa,
There's
what?
too much water.
Okay, so the game is different. Okay, I didn't know
Keep
that.
looking. We mustn't give up.
I need to turn off the light very quickly. My eyes aren't, I guess adapt thing. So it says look for Amara in the kitchens, in the basement of the building behind the greenhouse. So maybe just
Where
perhaps...
could she be? We've got to talk to her. Everything will be all right. But being here now, I don't like it. Come on, let's look for her, quickly.
So it does... It's kind of cool in a way that our choices kind of do affect how the
Can't
game
stay in here
played.
too long. They'll find us. when they found us. Come on, hurry. We've got to find her quickly.
Or maybe it's just in a different room?
We've got to get out of here. They'll find us. But not now. Not yet. Amara's not here. Maybe she's in the showers. We can find her there. The water was often cold. When it was cold, we ran away. But when it was hot, then she came to Renee under that cruel white light. I can still feel the shivers her body gave me.
There was water here, now there's not.
Everything must return to how it was. If we recreate that magic, she'll come to us.
Okay, I'm very confused now. Because we clearly saw that there was... I guess that's the game's way of saying, like, oh, it's not time to go into this part yet. But I feel like that misses out in the game in a way. I feel like that misses out, like, making it where it is two different, how do you say, possibilities, like different things that you could probably miss. Like, let me see, if I go back here, like the paper is not here. There was a note when we went through the path A. There was a note there.
We have to turn the water on in the showers and.
Oh.
Now everything is ready.
Okay.
We can go to the bathrooms. We can go along that narrow corridor.
But there was water right there. She clearly
we'll meet her
said
in the
herself.
showers. Yes.
Unless you could say, but that's such like a cheap way. I was gonna say that in the game, I guess technically you could say the water was also part of her imagination. That's just why she said everything went back to normal. But that's such like a, I don't know, cheap way of just getting into the next segment. I guess it's not that great.
Now everything.
Now where's
is
the
ready.
showers again?
We can go to the bathrooms. We can go along that narrow corridor in the kitchens. We'll meet her in the showers. Yes.
Crap. I want to say it's over this way. I could be wrong. I don't remember a lot of these. Wait, no, because wasn't this locked? So wouldn't it make sense to go this way? I can't remember what happens in between chapters 1 through 5. Because we kind of already go straight into 6. I don't think it's this way, though. I'm seeing, like, a room up there. Oh. Okay, maybe I was right. Huh. Maybe deep down I do have a memory about this game.
Everything's ready.
Oh.
Let's get undressed and leave our clothes on the hooks in the changing rooms.
Okay, again, nudity warning. Nudity. Nudity. Be careful. Nudity. I don't know how else to say it. I could have just said, nudity warning. Don't look. If you are under
Let's
18,
turn the water
that
on
is the
now,
law.
and everything will be as before.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, it's because we didn't turn on the water, right? Now it's gonna be... Okay, I was right. Okay, look, I'm just looking down. I'm looking down. Don't worry. I tried censoring as much as I could. Wait, what? Okay, so there's... Oh, I can't look away. Oh, I can't look away. See, so that's the difference. There's 2 of them now. So this is her memory of the 2 of them. See, I can't, like, look away. If I go down, I go up.
Amara was the only thing Renee had. They separated them. Renee went to the slightly agitated ward, the one that terrified everybody.
Semi-agitated. It says it right there. Well, I guess it's technically this. It just stopped talking after that. So, what if really... How, you see how there's like a bunch of large cans and things like that? What if that's the stuff that's in her mind? Like, they kind of talk back to back. Renee being one personality, well, which was her, and then she created something else in her mind that's another.
Those injections were a torture, the just punishment for what I was doing.
Because I could have sworn she talks
And
during
what
that.
about her? Who knows where Amara was? They had taken me upstairs into the ward where no one wanted to go.
Wait. Did she go there? I thought... Or is in the other one she says Amara? Yeah, because wasn't the other one Amara? She says Amara goes into the agitated ward. We have to find her there.
Let's look for Renee's room in the slightly agitated ward.
Was it? Or am I remembering things wrong? Is this game making me go insane? Because if it is, that's really trippy. Oh, okay. Semi-agitated, okay.
When there was too much chaos, they closed all the windows and the door.
Okay,
They
see, so
turned
that
off
was
the
our hint. They
lights,
closed the window,
and it
turned
was
off the lights, and it
pitch
was pitch black.
Some people fell asleep. Some others stopped seeing their demons and became more calm.
I kind of want to picture this. It looks really cool. I love that. Really weird. Okay, so we gotta close the door. Come on. Don't fight me. So we just gotta make the room dark. What chapter
Let's
is
close
it?
the window shutters, the door, and switch off all the lights. We want darkness.
So I think we were picking a lot of the neutral ones, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I did forget about doing in earlier, because I did say I was gonna go ahead and close the door. Okay, that was really weird. Maybe it was the door wasn't closed the other way. That could be a thing.
They put a straight jacket on you.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
They gave you a cold shower. They suffocated you with a sheet.
Is that how she said it last time? Maybe perhaps instead of... Maybe the dialogue is different.
Tied you to the bed.
Because doesn't she say they tied
you
me to the bed? Oh, okay. I take that back. She does say both. But I could have sworn when she first says it, she talks as a...
A woman
or when we
died
take path
next
A,
to
she
you,
says,
Choked
me.
by her own vomit.
And in this one they're saying, they put you.
She was tied down because she wouldn't stop pleasuring herself.
But I'm not sure. Maybe it is all the same and I'm
I can still hear her death
trying
threat.
to make it different, but it
I
could be
screamed,
very much
but
the same.
nobody came. Everybody screamed in there. All of them.
Oof. Bright light. Bright light. No. Okay.
It was then I saw the doll, which wasn't Charlotte. No, she wasn't Charlotte.
Oh, I was like, where's the doll? It's this little ball right here. I was really wondering why in all this. Ooh. Oh no, it's the same imagery. Right? Yeah, this is all the same imagery. I still think she's in here because that
The
guy
past was like the present.
probably
That doll,
raped
that man,
Renee.
The shame.
The mother
Renee
didn't
was increasingly
believe
divorced
the
from
daughter,
reality.
but then later on in
How
his
will I ever
life,
find out what really happened?
was just like,
How will I ever
I can't
find
believe I
Amara
did this to
again
my daughter,
if
you know
I
what I
can't even
mean?
find myself? Montefoscoli.
Yeah, we already know. I want to skip that.
This is the last letter she wrote to me.
Can I skip your dialogue too?
Once I was put into this
I'm trying to
world,
just rush
I was
through it so we can
overwhelmed by loneliness.
compare
After
if
that
there is
medical
any difference. It
examination,
doesn't seem so far
received
like there
no
has
more
been too many
letters from
differences.
Mom. Why is that man here?
But there is
Why doesn't
plenty to
she
talk
come to
about,
see
and that would
me?
be perfect. So if anybody is
Did I make a
watching,
mistake?
please throw that in the
It
comment
didn't
section.
seem
What
like
you
she
think?
wanted to abandon me.
There's a story behind her. I
What
don't
did I
see
do
a lot of
wrong?
people talking about a game
I'd
like, I
like
mean,
to be
I'm
able to
only assuming
reply
that a
to her
game like
again
this
now.
maybe didn't do
To
so
change
good,
things.
which is why it's not as popular. So if I remember, ooh, beg you to take. You were right. That I'll work hard.
Perhaps she would have listened to me. Will she reply? The letters were sent to the
That matches
archive.
our thing.
It was their job to post them.
Good. So now we know it's just down. Okay, so I kind of the bottom three, or of course the one with the X on the group is very lit up, but it looks like the other two that are maybe neutral. Oh, I see the differences. It's the arrow. There's a small arrow, the one on the right, and then there's like a bigger arrow on the one on the left. I don't know what that can mean. I can only assume if you split it down the middle, that's what it means. Like the big arrow in the X on the group is the same as X on the individual with the small arrows. I think that could be it. I'm really hoping we do get more stuff for the diary, because that's sort of the main goal. We'll allow her to talk. It's probably going to be a long one. Maybe, no, I'll just go ahead and I'll probably read through it, although I'm not a really good at reading. We'll still go ahead and give it a try. But, man, this is going to be really good for theories. Maybe I should make 2 videos based on this game. One as a review. Ooh. Have we never passed this area before? No, I mean, it's blocked off. It's not like we could do anything, but that would have been interesting if this was like another room that maybe we didn't know about. I just want to see if there's anything in this room, because we really didn't check the rooms, and who knows, maybe there is stuff that we missed. Like this book, this map. Something in the locker. It doesn't let us go that far. What's that? Oh, is that like like how we got the music box? You just crank it and it plays notes? Wait, what did that say? Okay. The people of Italy. See this? I feel convinced. Ooh, it is locked. We don't
When
ever
you were
get anything
sent
that
to a
goes
lunatic asylum, you lost the right to possess anything.
Yeah, we
Everything you
know.
arrived with
Renee.
was
Actually, I
packed
forgot
up
my
and
letters.
stored
Oh,
here. Even the clothes you were wearing. In case you were released one day.
so
But
here we go.
far
So
too
now we
many
go.
never left.
Okay, it'd be great if she stopped talking.
Dear mother.
So we already know how all this one goes. Huh? Uh-oh, did I glitch it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, this is... Oh, yes. I was scared.
Mom will come to fetch Renee, won't she?
Why
Mom
did
is good, but she's not
room
well.
get that dark?
That's why that man came.
Like,
The doll.
clearly I'm not the only one who's
Renee
seeing
could
this.
have played with
The
it while she was
borders on
waiting
the
for her to
top
arrive.
and bottom of the screen, a
But
bit on the
Renee
sides.
didn't have it with her.
It's different.
Is it one of Mom's lies? She knew that she'd hurt Renee and... No, Mommy's good. That man brought it. We've just remembered who he is, haven't we? It was Renee who was wrong. The doll's here. I know that for sure. Perhaps she's been abducted like all the others and is locked up here somewhere.
Yeah, right there. I know where it's at. If this would allow me to grab it, it'd be fantastic. There we go. So she's saying something about Renee being wrong. I'm still
Now we can
confused.
open the bundle on that table in front of the window.
I want to know if she's thinking Amara.
You see? Mom was good. I was bad. Mom was worried
Wait,
about
no.
Renee and Charlotte.
She says
I
that.
abandoned Charlotte. We've
Right?
abandoned her.
Okay, so now this is our cue to go
Let's
fight
look for
Charlotte.
Charlotte. We have abandoned her.
And we're already
Will
on
she
10,
still
so
be
we are
where
kind
we
of
abandoned her?
bursting.
Under the warm
Busting?
lights?
I don't know which one makes more sense. Bursting, busting, it kind of sounds the same. But we're going through this pretty quickly, at least. I thought we glitched the game when it came to, What am I supposed to... Oh, there we go. I thought we ended up glitching the game when it came to the part where, we were trying to skip the notes or the letters. But not the case. We ended up, just getting lucky. It sucks I can't skip everything. Like, we know what happens here. It's just her being pushed in a wheelchair and goes into a room. Anybody know what's good on YouTube these days? Lame Dad or Cool Dad? It's popped up anything? Frankenweenie? Oh, jeez, controller vibrating. So we learn that this character is actually someone who is not a part
I didn't do anything. I just obeyed orders. I only obeyed orders. Charlotte's gone away.
It's not a part of the hostel, it's just some strange.
She loves us, even though
So
we
that
ordered
explains
her.
why she was raped.
I didn't do anything.
In terms of
I only obeyed
story,
orders.
it is a good kind of.
Didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders.
Do I want to say it's a good bone? Do I want? It's not good, but it is a story.
I didn't do anything.
Gone away.
I only obeyed orders.
And
Get us now.
the way that
She
I'm kind of,
loves us,
I'm trying
even
to
though we're
think or
bad.
I
view
didn't do anything. I
on
only
it
obeyed
is
orders.
that this character, we don't know the name of it other than Stranger. So this stranger plays. It could be that this stranger plays a big role in the in like the story or the way that Renee is, because again, you know, the whole thing about her being pregnant. And if you guys haven't seen the 2 previous videos, I do recommend going ahead and checking that out. This one's just catching up on the parts that we might have missed, if there is any differences, which so far just seems like maybe a note or 2. There's gonna be a lot of things. I think I might, if somehow we don't get through all of them, or all the diary notes, I guess, if somehow we don't get all of them in this video, we'll just kind of go ahead and maybe do one more. I realized I didn't even put an hour, but it is 1:16 in the morning, which is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, excuse me. So what we've noticed so far is Renee, especially in this scene, it kind of it shows more compared to the other ones, but it clearly shows that when Renee is remembering or reliving almost these things that happen to her, she's also moving in the real world. Of course, on the back of the cover, it does say that there is a blur between reality, entertainment, and storytelling. Well, it says reality blur, and reality blurs to me sounds like, I don't know, weird. But I guess the idea is that this moment, like, what's real and what's not. The whole thing with Amara is the story, not, it's, I mean, it is all storytelling, but maybe that's something that's a reality blur. I don't know why it says that. Yeah, well, No, actually, I am reading it wrong. It says clearly in the back, it is a dark and emotional journey where the lines between entertainment, storytelling, and reality blur. I don't know why entertainment is a thing in there. Like, I don't understand. I mean, pretty sure entertainment should be how one feels at the end. Like, see, nothing changed. Like, that should have been flipped around. Maybe a locker is unlocked or something.
September 7th. I was with Amara in the showers. My memories are terrifying. They're not real, are they?
Okay, so... Dang, this is gonna be kind of hard. We're on 10, so just in case, I want to make sure that we make it to 11. Oh, apparently 11 has B, C, N. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I read wrong. I am bad person. I read bad. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm sorry. So it says in 11, you choose A, B, C, A, C. So, A, they're just right into my imagination. Why did it zoom in so much?
The therapies removed the light for a while, but also all her will, desire, and hope.
So, B, to a certain extent, they were trying to make you feel better. You were lost souls.
It was torture, but we had no choice. Nobody explained any.
You go to C, you were damned, dangerous, condemned soul.
June 2nd.
That's how the reality is concealed. It has all been planned very carefully.
A, perhaps it doesn't refer to Renee, but at least not that Renee. Ooh, so what if there is... what if she actually does see herself as that, like 2 different Renees? I'm gonna let the last one play,
June
maybe
13th.
something changes.
The nurses report that she descended into a state of great mental confusion after receiving her mother's letter. She threw her soup over another inmate because she was very anxious, and then punched a nurse. Impulsive, flails about her. She rails against the doctor in vulgar terms while he is examining her, lashes out and spits.
Wait, no, this is the same thing,
all
isn't it?
correspondence to give the patient no further
At first I was
reason to
thinking it was
become
different because I don't
agitated.
remember her punching a nurse.
August 20th.
I
Tied
thought she
to
like
bed.
bit a nurse.
The nurses report that the patient is extremely agitated after the visit of a relative or no contact with the outside. That way nobody
It
knew
does
what was
seem-
happening within these
Jeez,
walls.
it does kind of seem like the white text is different. How do you remember what happened? What? Oh, you don't remember what happened when the letters arrived. How can you judge? God knows how much suffering they spared you. And then put X. So I don't understand the whole
March 3rd.
thing there. How it shows
Alert.
X on a group of
Correct
people and then X
attitude.
on the individual.
Replies when questioned. The nurses report that the patient is calm. She washes and looks after herself. She affirms the existence of a certain Amara. She says that Amara is a patient who disappeared when she was moved to this ward. No confirmation. Probably a regressive hallucination.
See, a regressive
Evaluate
hallucination.
transfer. Did I imagine Amara? That's not possible. She was there. I know she was there. I feel it. She must have left some traces of her presence.
But again, this is the thing where I think she is mixing up.
We can look for her things in the storeroom
reality.
containing the bundles of the patient's belongings on the upper floor.
Because she could easily, you know, again, she could have seen Amara. She could have probably interacted with her before. But we already know from the previous video that Amara was a character who kept coming in and out, in and out. She would come in for something, be in there for a couple weeks. I mean, if like 3 weeks most, and then she's good to go ahead and live out her life. And then maybe like a month, maybe not a month, but maybe a couple months later, she ends up coming back and which one am I looking for? Well, I thought this was it, but clearly it's not. It won't let me close it. Okay, so maybe it's not documents? No, it had to be. Because this is the only one that's not closing. And I thought this was a book that you could open, but... Who am I looking for? Maybe it is one of these items? Oh.
These are Amara's things, I'm certain.
Was this something... I don't remember us doing this. See, okay, so there is certain things that are different.
Amara, there she is. She existed. She really did exist. There she is, my friend.
But that's her with her kids. So...
Here we are together. How could I have imagined for a single moment that she never existed?
Okay, so this is a picture of her with Amara and her 2 kids. Well, we did basically read... Oh, look, she has 1 heel.
March
She has
12th,
a journal, though.
1938. The young girl Renee arrived today.
Oh,
Poor
Renee.
thing, she was terrorized. You see, she remembers the first time we met. I talked to her mother, the dear lady, and she expressed her fears to me, and I promised I'd keep an eye on her daughter. The lady told me her daughter's doll had been taken away, and this worried her, because when she becomes depressed, as she is now, Renee barricades herself in her room and can't communicate. The doll becomes her voice, eyes, and ears.
Okay, so she really did have, like, a problem there.
Dr. B said I'll soon get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm so sad to leave Renee. I won't be able to protect her anymore. My poor friend. She was hoping to be able to get out of here, but nobody ever leaves this place. That poor girl is really ill. I am the only one she ever speaks to. I told her I was leaving, and she stared at me, saying that I would never leave. It was quite unnerving, and then she started to cry. I felt like crying too. She didn't say anything else. What worries me is that I'm sure that terrible man is watching her. He was the one who brought her here, and of all the good people, why did it have to be him? She knew. I told her everything. She knew about that man. But I instructed a nurse friend of mine to keep an eye on her, and I'm sure she will, because she's a good woman. Her friend the nurse. I vaguely remember. She worked on this ward. Let's look for signs of the nurse in the nurse's room on the upper floor.
Okay, yeah, so this is definitely different. We never had to do anything about a nurse room. Oh, look, paper. So this is something for her diary. I'm gonna hide that, but what page? Because we had those. We had the hand. I think we had that one. It might be that one, but just in case, let's keep our options open. Or it might be that one. Or actually, matter of fact, it's this whole segment, these 3 pages. Or 4. Because we're missing 2 more, and this could easily just be this bit here and the other big part. So that's actually quite interesting. Okay, so by just simply going on to section B, we already uncovered this. So that's kind of cool. Or maybe perhaps that was a there and we overlooked. But it could be that situation. I don't think this would have been something we would have overlooked, although it was something that we would have overlooked. Just in case, let's go ahead and check these rooms again. But this is the thing that I'm saying, that it could be something that we overlooked, or it could not be something that we overlooked. Because by simply moving on to section B...
She worked mostly in the Maragliano pavilion.
Oh, we picked up her thing.
Let's get out of here and find that pavilion. She was there and nothing could frighten me anymore.
That was a different movie nearby. What is it? Let's follow the signs? It's already getting dark out. This is a searchable board. Pavilion? Or... Yeah, we're looking for Maragalliano. But where is that on the map? Like, I can't... Oh, you can. So is that like a different building? I'm not understanding. I am pretty dumb. If somebody's watching, please comment. Because... Stairs, surgery, surgical, journal, radio, semi... 10 is just blank. What is that? Isn't that the room we already checked? Excuse me, but just in case I do want to check that room out. Has anybody had the maple bacon chicken sandwich from Wendy's? It's good stuff, and I recommend it. Okay, I feel like this was a missed opportunity. It says a different pavilion. Isn't a pavilion a building? But it says let's follow the sign. Oh, we uncovered something. Okay. I can't look down, and I think it's because I have this in my hand. Just like how when we had the note in front of our face, we couldn't like interact with or look at something, or couldn't get close to look at something. Nothing. We never really looked in this. I don't remember ever looking in these rooms. I think this is the first time I'm actually going through these rooms and inspecting like what's happening. Or I think we looked at all these. Okay, it says pavilion. Look, see, even bleh, even the doll is gone. Couldn't talk for some reason. Okay, so this was the map we checked out, right? So could it be possible there's like another building? Administration, waiting, blank. Stairs, conference, visitor, tranquil, observation, refractory, toilet, nurse room. Okay, it says nurse room is 13. Yeah, see, so it is a different building. Oh. Was this able to open before? I mean, it doesn't seem... Maybe there is a way out? Seeing how it kind of talks about the nurses. Well, this is the bathroom, though, so it wouldn't make sense. Maybe there's a door open somewhere else. What if... No, because that would be too soon. Is it? Are we on 11 or are we on 12? Because if we're already on 12... Let me see. No, stop it. I hate that when you press something, you have to wait for the text to go away. Experience, Charlotte. Okay, so we could already be on 12. So it says she worked mostly in the Margiano Pavilion. Let's get out of here and find that pavilion. She was there and nothing could frighten me anymore. So, I guess we really do have to leave. Well, the question is, which way and where? It says, pavilion nearby, follow the signs. But, like, what signs? Get me? I can't look down at that. Let's see, you never know. The front door could easily be opened for us. If I remember, we go like this and then down. So we could be not working, but we could be leading up towards that moment where we go to the graveyard and things could be different. No, it wasn't that way. This way. I did see somewhere when I was looking up, just to make sure, looking up how to get into the chapter 11B, or not, or making sure we stayed in 11B instead of going on to 11A. There's a thing here saying something like, you want to make sure, not you would want to make sure, but people having more of a discussion about this segment, or not, rather just this moment, but okay, that was weird. But talking about all the different outcomes or choices for 12, because 12 is the only one that has the 4 different outcomes based on which of the 2 that you choose. So 2 of the 2 already existing. I think we keep moving. This part's kind of... Can I go this way? Even when it's knocked down, we can't go through it. Maybe there's a way through here or around. It says follow the signs. What do the signs say? This one says Maragigliano. So this way. I mean, it is a sign. It's not wrong. But the path goes this way? Did we pass up a sign? What if it literally is behind the building? Where the heck is this Maragigliano? Follow me, set me free. Trust me, we'll escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow me. I feel like I'm gonna have to look this up. Oh, wait. Shh. We have 3 different arrows, and the one that points left is... Oh, so it was this way. I thought we wouldn't have to go this way because... Okay, game kind of baffled me there. Not gonna lie. I was ready to pull up Google and then type it in. Well, kind of already was, but... It... kind of proved me wrong. We have to literally, like, what it says, take, literally, when it says follow the signs, it literally means look at the signs and follow the arrow that it's pointing. Oh, hold on. Apparently this 7 GB game can't handle loading. Yeah, I only could assume it's 7 GB because of the textures. They did try to make it look nice. Which, I don't know if I want to say it has its flaws, but they could have made it smoother or given an update where it is smoother. Let's try this way maybe. Maybe it's this building. Wait, isn't this the one near the end of the game?
She's kind to everyone, even me.
Okay, so clearly
I felt
there's
a little better when I saw her. The sick children laughed and played with her.
Oh.
Not even they could frighten me. Don't annoy Renee. She's a princess here. Didn't you know? She told stories. She said there was a war out there. But they stared at me and frightened me.
When are these little kids? What you doing? Oh, he's
They would
coughing.
come to look for me in the evening, and then no one would have protected me.
Uh-huh.
Not even you, Charlotte. Am I right?
Eh? So Charlotte, it has to be. It's gotta be her other personality. I don't understand where this can all like fit together. She's moving really. Wait, what the hell? Disassociation. Bro, the car was right there. It looked like it was even supposed to
Let's
move.
follow the hearse until we reach the graveyard.
And I never went through this before. Okay, so it seems like the graveyard might be a location that's like inedible, because clearly you could miss that part where the nurse was trying to be nice to Renee and had her visit. It looks like we're actually going faster, but looks like the hearse is up there, unless that's a different one. Are they spawning in trees? I swear there's more trees now than there was before. Yeah, that is. I think they should have put more time. If they were gonna make this game look good, they should have at least put more time into it. Because you could see everything's blurry for about, what, 3 to 4 meters? Maybe I'm getting the meters wrong. I could have sworn meters were like feet, so that could be a bit more, like 10 meters, but I feel like meters would be long. But like, you know, you kind of could see, you could say it's an effect, like what she's saying, but you do that for almost the whole, you know, the edges and, you know, everything around. What? Oh, we go this way. I was like confused. What's her purpose for going to the cemetery now, though? It doesn't make sense. I mean, of course, I only can assume that it leads up to the moment where she stabs herself, but it could explain it differently, which would be, I would admit, it would be rather interesting. But regardless, she gets the lobotomy, which, again, if you guys haven't seen that, you gotta watch the first 2 videos. And these trees are annoying. Wasn't I just on the path? Well, in my defense, there really wasn't a path. But look, okay, so we're gonna follow this. There we go. See, so it does curve. Okay, there we go. But I don't understand, because I could have sworn, whoops, I think when you go through path A, I think you have to look for Amara. You have to look for Amara's tombstone. And I think there is a possibility, because I could have sworn they're going through 12A, you see the hearse moving, and that's a reason, and then you realize Amara's dead. But I could be wrong. It could be just the same thing, just with some changes to it, like, because I could have sworn you had to do something in that building the first time I was there, and that's why I was confused why nothing happened, and we just kind of walked away. But we do learn a lot. There's a lot of things in this game that, by simply going down these other paths, we kind of figured out the different things that we needed, not things that we need to do, but figuring out sort of the whole story. And that clearly seems like the goal of the game, to have the player, oh look, there it goes right there, right? Oh look, the back Jigama Wizard's open. The trunk? The hearse? The trunk? Whose body is that? Is she gonna say that's Amira's?
My God. I did it. It was me.
Huh? Now is the story that she killed Amira? They're happy. There goes the scissors. Are we controlling this? No. That's bootleg. Now I'm really confused what's happening. Because again, playing through the two different things, we're understanding... What the hell? Alright, like I was saying, by simply just going through the story, and the other path, we're kind of figuring things out a little weird. I'm very confused, because in the first time... My dog under my bed freaked me out. The first time we go through it, it's kind of clear, like... It made, somehow to me, it made more sense for her to want to kill herself, because it said that she had suicidal tendencies. Or I should say suicidal intentions. And... sort of based on everything she's gone through, it would make sense for her to attempt suicide. But the whole thing about Amira's death is very vague. We have the outcome of her being murdered by our character Renee. We have her dying from a disease. I only could assume this either it might be the same for A, where she died on her own, but we'll see definitely for sure about the next two, because I think we're already at the point of 13, and you know, once 14 comes around, I'm gonna look behind this real quick. Okay, I can't look behind this. I wanted to look behind this because I swear I could have heard, like, I don't know, a screeching noise. So maybe she's thinking of that one building incorrectly. Because remember, in the previous one, and that seems like something we might have passed up. Oh, that's cool. It puts a wall behind us.
We learned so many things at school, and so we have to. I do a lot of bad things. How did we tell anyone? But Mom knows just the...
So there's 2 of 17, and I could have sworn to have never found all 17.
Mr. Onofrio is very kind and helps us. If he's not here, I have good reason to be afraid.
But again, I don't understand the developer's point in putting in these creepy sound effects for this scene. Like, if it is again in her head, it just brings the atmosphere to feel a lot like this is a horror game.
But Renee isn't.
And I guess my body kind of prepares for that, you know, like, oh snap, something might be around the corner, we might need to run or something. And I hate that feeling, honestly, thinking or kind of getting prepared for like a horror game, but it's not anything horrifying.
My head. That's why it hurts so much.
I still think I'm not going to be able to get all 17. There might be a pattern to this, about what doors you need to take.
I'm not like the others, Mom. Why not?
My eye is itchy. I think we went that way, so let's go back up this way. See that? You're not gonna tell me that when you hear that sound effect, it's gonna be something like it just doesn't sound like a horrifying, scary monster. Like, come on. Like that could. Oh my gosh, I hate my wisdom teeth. But that could easily set up for like a moment where, I don't know how you describe it.
Renee's kind to Don Gino, but he always frightens me.
I think Don Gino, wasn't Don Gino the kid that she was talking about, or the one that she was kind of focusing on?
A cat goes into my mouth and eats me from inside. At least you can't see what's happening.
Did we go this way? Yeah, we went that way.
My schoolmates, when the light's there.
Need, what, 8 more? Did we go this way? See, that's the thing. Again, her walking is so slow.
Don Gino knows everything. He speaks to God and he tells him lots of things.
Let's check this path. I don't remember if we went this way. Yeah, we went that way. It just bothers me. It's a maze, and I don't understand. Like, I can't keep track. And this is literally the same path we took. I think that's supposed to be that way, but instead I'm gonna go this way. And go... Actually, no. Let's keep going up, if that's possible. Like, if we can see down the hall and I clearly can tell that it goes upward. Let's go up. And I think maybe that screech, which bothers me a lot because it sounds more, again, like a monster. Okay, we're going down and it keeps getting darker. Oh, regardless, we're running out of time. I don't understand what happens if you get all 17. I've never been able to get all 17. I think the most we got was 15. And then we needed 2 more, and that was the last video. But I still don't understand it. Like, my brain clearly can't comprehend how it's gonna happen. And I don't, maybe it doesn't, how do you say, add on
What's
enough.
happened?
Like, maybe we do have to
What
lose.
is this place?
Maybe we do have to not get all
Maybe.
17.
Maybe I'm dead. I can't see any light. Maybe I am dead. I can't get up. What's going on? What's happening to me? There's no one here, but these noises. God, my head is killing me. I can't keep my eyes open.
Interesting. I'm looking at other people's notifications popping up into my game, or not my game, into my YouTube, and I like that he put up this one YouTuber. I like that he put 2 videos today because I like his videos. They never fail. Just like me burping every day. It's just bound to happen. So his videos are bound to be good. I'm gonna lower my earbud again, or my headset. Because the audio, I feel like the audio is so loud. But I don't know, you do have to adjust your mic. Everything happened. And these are scenes that I wish we could skip. Like, we already know what happens. But just keep going through it again. Okay, so there is actually quite a few, and I'm wondering which ones I never got the chance to get. But I believe there's... It says you can unlock... Well, I'm trying to figure out how we can get all of Renee's diary. That way we can go through that, as maybe not have to go through all of the regular game. You know what I mean? Instead of us having... Well, it's realistic, I guess. If you're laying... maybe we should but I kind of do want to get the remainder of Renee's diary, but I don't know what pages have we missed. It says in chapter 1, 3, 4, 6, another one in 6, 7, 7, and 9.
My medical file again.
So it says in chapter 1 it's the ground floor in room 3, and chapter 3 it's ground floor, corridor 8, the observation room,
there were some
and
who
then
had
room
scarcely
13.
seen me. They thought they knew me and understood what was happening to me and could decide about my life.
So are we not gonna read it? Okay, so I'm guessing we're not reading that. So that means this is just the end of the game at this point. And I can never check, and I can only assume that means that it is. If it is, I think it is. I was gonna say, because if it is, there's got to be like a cue somewhere, something that like helps us out, other than the fact that we don't have notes or a flashlight. Actually, I think that is the end. Let's see what we have. It is. Okay. So, the only one that we are missing is this one. 12D. And I'm going to look that up so that at least we could get all the outcomes. And then we can figure out something in the end. So I'm going to just figure out right now, and then we're going to go straight into that chapter again. And then we could just kind of call it a day, but we still, of course, keep talking about it. So... here we go. We go to this button. We go to this button. And then we go... Okay, no, that doesn't help. That one's just saying click the video, and I'm not trying to click on videos. Here we go. It says start 11. So we're going to go to 11. It says what we're going to do is go to the table, click on the doctor's file, choose 6 times only the B answers, which is interesting. Go to the storage room, or press H, and she tells you at the end of the floor. Okay, file name, her name is Amara B. The file cabinet is already open in the upper left. If you click on the file book inside, hear what she says. What? Oh, well, hear what she has said. Hear what she said and got to the places she talked about. What? Well, we'll just do that. We'll see what from there can we do to wrap things up. And then in the next video, literally the next one's going to be our last one. We're already on, what, 3 videos now? So it's going to be 4 videos that we go live. But the next one we're going to do a lot more. I think we might go ahead and just look around in certain rooms. Of course, each one does kind of have to go with the chapters. So I think what we will do, or I might get half of it on my own time, if maybe all of them. We'll get some of the trophies that we missed, like there was like a few. Since it's loading, we might as well go ahead and go to the trophy list so I can explain. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess technically a few, like discover the truth and find all the drawings and find all of Renee's diaries. But The ones that I'm talking about is the vineyard, which says have a taste of Tuscany wine. The cellar, which is find the secret place under the asylum, which may be something that we're doing. I'm not sure. Walk the plank, which is the scaffolding. And then this one says you are looking for him, which I don't understand. It's Oreste Pacheco. I think that's how you say it. So I don't understand those. But the last three seems like something we do have to find. It says find all the drawings, find all of Renee's diary entries. But then this one I'm confused because it says discover the truth. It wasn't loading this whole time. Ain't that some bobo? So the other one does say discover the truth, and I'm not sure exactly what that means. I think discover the truth itself means that we're getting all of the diary entries, all of the medical entries. We're getting everything that you can possibly collect in the game. So that's the only thing I can assume. So according to this guy, what we have to do is go to this and
September
put everything
I
as
was with
B.
Amara.
If I'm correct.
They were only trying to
It
confuse
says
us
choose
with the
6
therapy.
times
And
only
my
B.
God,
So
they
that's
said
1, 2.
it was
3.
torture. But we
June 2nd.
spent June 13th. No contact. Calm down. You must be calm. Don't get agitated. We'll make you calm down. Is that the only thing that matters?
I don't know if the other one
Did I
counted.
imagine Amara?
Okay, wait. I want to know very quickly. What we needed was the small neutral.
It's not possible. She was there. I know she was there. I feel it. She must have left some traces of her presence.
Okay, and that's not the one that we got. We're gonna cancel, and we're gonna go back. See, that's where I'm very confused, because I didn't understand if that was still, like, our character having to talk. Like, they say something, but the voice didn't come back. Like, I was very confused. So it's saying, when we pick it up, press B, only 6, it says choose 6 times only the B answers. But just in case, I'm gonna look up another one. Here we go. Oh, same thing. It says on 11, choose C, A, C, A, C in order. Keep progressing through the story until it pops. Oh no, here we go. It says start chapter 11, go to the table and click the doctor's files. Pick 6 times the letter B. It says go to the storage room at the end and then do whatever. So that's where I'm very, I guess, confused. And we are on the B route because it says go through the B route. So we're gonna count it together. I'm gonna make sure that I'm clicking, I see the image, and then whatever the heck I you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, is it weird that I'm hungry for a burger again? Huh. It would be great if this game loaded faster. I don't understand why it's so slow. It bothers me. You know, Fallout 76 loads so much more, and yet it's able to load it all. So we're going to try it again. We're going to count 6 times
September
B.
7th.
Then the last one we'll put
I was
A.
with Amara.
1.
December. They were only trying to confuse us.
2.
The therapy's room.
3.
It was
4.
June. A spin.
5.
June 13th. No contact.
6.
Calm down.
And then we'll go with A.
Did I imagine Amara?
Okay, so that had the
That's
big
not possible.
arrows
She was there. I know she was there. I feel it.
going around.
She must have left some traces of her presence.
Wait a second. Did I do this wrong? I don't know if this worked because I'm looking at the choices and it seems to me that the bottom right one, the one that it's X'd on the person, which is not the one that we need, is the one that we have. And that bothers me.
We can try to find her medical.
I feel like that's not the case because if I stick with that situation, who knows? Maybe I'll end up getting this one. But it'd be very well. It makes sense.
Records in the archive where their letters were filed.
We're gonna figure this out. If it's somehow still fine if we keep doing B, 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 and then C or A, whatever. Because on this, what I'm looking at, there's actually 3 different things that I'm looking at. It says, on Chapter 11, choose CA, CA, C, and then keep progressing through the story. Then the one that says, the Steam Guide, which I think is the one that one popped up a lot, and that one could be the one that's only for Steam or any PC players. And then the other one says, Claudio 10, whoever you are, thank you, I guess, says CBBACA. Yes, he says where files.
Amara B., aged 32, housewife, mother of 2 daughters, married to Mario.
Something about this doesn't seem
My
right.
memories don't match up. What's the point of this?
No.
Perhaps my memory is playing tricks on me.
No.
Things are not as I remember them.
See how things were
As I
different?
see
We went
them.
through a file and we're like, oh,
But
things
she
are
said
different.
she
But if we
liked me.
picked this up and then
I just
opened
can't
it,
understand
it'd be
it.
different.
I just wanted to say goodbye to her for the last time. I never even said goodbye to her.
Ah.
How could a soul survive in this hell?
Okay, see, so yeah, that ended
I
up becoming
feel
the other one.
things again.
So that is not the
Pain,
case for us. I think because,
Feel
again,
the
Steam,
damn tears rolling down my
it just doesn't
face.
work.
To remember that I was alive.
So we're gonna try CACAC and see where that goes from there. I'm assuming that's got to be the right one. It wouldn't make sense to change it, but whatever. Because now we should be at the funeral, or not the funeral, but the cemetery. Yeah, see? And I can't... And this is what I hate about the game. It takes so long. Okay, so we did make a bad choice. So that ended up bringing us to this one. So regardless... Okay, so... Ow. So clearly, whatever choices we make in 11, regardless if you're on the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter what you pick. I think unless maybe for Steam it's different. But it doesn't matter what you pick. So we're going to try to do CACACA. CA. Now this is probably one of the longer videos just to get the sort of last chapter, just to figure out what's the differences for that. I think I'm going to charge the iPad a bit. It's like my assistance. I have another tablet that's technically my assistance, but that's more checking up if you guys ever message either Broadcast Zaben or the Zaben Project at our email and figuring things out from there. But if you ever do messages on that, I will guarantee to try to go ahead and put in my time to message back. Although if you are on our Instagram, which you should be, that'd be another kind of a good spot to go ahead and check out. So I'm just saying. Although, if you want to check out my personal stuff mostly, even though I'll try to kind of mix both. Some personal stuff, you know, throw it on there if we're ever out and about in the city or something. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll put like a picture on there. I think I already did put one on there where I was with my brothers. It was at the arcade. So I think I might start doing more on that. I don't know. I mean, Alex doesn't do videos. She, you know, she has her own life. Can't tell her what to do. But I think it'd be a cool way of having us both on the Instagram kind of working together is simply by putting up some stuff, you know, like, oh, you know, we're having food, and then showing the food. I mean, I couldn't really do that because I tend to eat a lot of the same things. But maybe I'd end up posting a picture of me like in a restaurant, aka fast food, because I like burgers. I'm just saying, if I had to choose, usually the debates between pizza and cheeseburgers, I'm always gonna pick cheeseburger regardless. But I mean, heck, right now I'm already craving one.
September 7th, 1938.
Okay, do we start with C or do we start with A?
The
Pretty sure we
patient-
start with C, right?
I was with Amara in the shop.
Yeah, we start with C. C,
They were only.
A,
It was
C,
June.
A,
No.
and then C.
March. Did I imagine Amara? That's not possible.
We'll see what
She was there.
this
I know
does.
she was there.
It could
I feel
very
it.
well be C, B, B,
She must have
A,
left
C,
some
A.
traces of her presence.
Okay, this one does not have like a definitive answer.
We can look for her things in the storeroom containing the bundles of the patient's belongings on the upper floor.
I don't know. So we're gonna go through it, obviously. It's kind of weird that this is considered a chapter, because it's so short. My dog keeps moving under the bed, and that bothers me, because I'll put like a bag on the floor, like if I was eating fast food, like a Burger King or something. I usually tend to have like a bag on the floor, and I'll forget about it, and then my dog always comes in and out, in and out. So what am I looking for? The bundles of patient's belongings.
These are Amara's things, I'm certain.
Wait, but isn't this the same thing that we did last time?
March 12th, 1938. The young girl Renee arrived today. Poor thing. She
Yeah, I
was
wanna skip.
terrorized. Her friend the nurse. I vaguely remember.
Yeah, this one bringing me
She
to the
worked
nurse.
on this ward.
Now, why is that? Am I being brought?
She worked mostly in the Marigliano
Yeah,
pavilion.
see?
Let's get out of here and find that pavilion. Renee was alone here. Charlotte had abandoned her. And without Charlotte, Renee couldn't communicate with the outside world. Mother knew that.
Can you stop talking? Sorry, but clearly that isn't going to bring us to that, because it wouldn't make sense. Or would it? Actually, hold on. Because this and this look very similar. And they're not really lit up, so I can't tell. Wait, the doll is back. I can't interact with her, but the doll's there.
Marigliano was a different pavilion nearby.
Marigliano.
Let's follow the
Can't
signs.
say that. As well, I'll never speak another language. I'm gonna botch up everything. Like, I mess up English as it is. We just start grunting at each other. And then maybe I'll know what people are saying. But let's just see, you never know. This could be different, because clearly the other one led us towards it led us towards an ending we already had. It's kind of funny to think that when I first played it, all my options led to A. So, this way. I'm hoping that this is the one. If not, we're gonna have to go back again, do a different order of things, go back, because it seems like the bottom two and the top two are similar yet different. Like the top two was taking you to the cemetery, maybe had different outcomes. But actually, they could be very similar too. The outcome being different would be, I guess, the reason why you're there, because it seemed like 12B, the reason for her to be there was because she thought Amara was dead, and she went to check to see if it was legit. 12A, I think, is the same thing, except different, because I think this one, oh, that car moved. I guess you can tell that's a movable object. I think this is gonna be the same outcome.
She's kind to everyone, even me. I felt a little better when I saw her. The sick children laughed and played with her. Not even they could frighten me. Don't annoy Renee. She's a princess here. Didn't you know? She told stories. She said there was a war out there. But they stared at me and frightened me.
Alright, so he coughs and then blood comes
They would come
out.
to look for me in the evening, and then no
we gotta
one
chase
would
down
have
the car.
protected me. Not even you, Charlotte. Am I right?
And this is... I think that this is not the end of the chapter. I think it doesn't finish until we get to the cemetery. But it seems to me like this is just... Wait. That was different? But how? These are basically the same. I don't understand why they didn't just keep it as its own thing. Because I'm so lost now. I assumed things were going to be different in here compared to things in here. But no. Regardless, these two have you checking to see if Amara's dead, and then these two have you going, oh, I killed her. This is very confusing to me. Instead, we're going to go to the we're going to the menu. We're going to the menu. The game so far has been making no sense. There's still a couple things that we do need to do, like it says find all the drawings, discover the truth, and things like that. I'm gonna look up what the discover the truth one is. Alright, so it says here for the Discover the Truth trophy. Really? Okay, so actually let's go ahead and let's do that one. I think that's something that we can do pretty quickly before... No, I didn't want to go to the last chapter. Ah, it's fine. Okay, so apparently during chapter 11, if we would have picked it when we picked up the note or whatever, and we picked the order in this way, we would end up getting the trophy. It's A, C, A, C, A, B, A. And from that, it's going to trigger the trophy, the truth one, and that seems like something. Actually, no, that seems like something we should probably do tomorrow. Um, but let's do see. I want to look up right now since we will be taking the rest as a, I guess sort of as a trophy hunting kind of thing, which is fine. I really do like that. But we will be cracking down on these trophies. There's a lot of them that's very confusing. Like this one, it says it can first be obtained in 6A or 6B. Turn to the left of the start, follow the building to a construction area with a cement mixer, go past the mixer wall and cement bags, turn right, follow between the wall and fence to some scaffolding. Walk onto it and follow the planks forward through the ivy. The scaffolding will then turn left to the building, but directly in front of you will be a plank that extends out. Walk onto it for an achievement. And then that's pretty interesting. And then there's other stuff on here, like I never heard about the Oreste Chejo, which is a trophy saying you are looking for him. And as I look it up right now, it says it's in 11A or 11B. It says move forward, read the document on the desk, make your choices, turn around, follow the hall out of the ward. If you don't read the document, door at the end of the hall will just be locked. Go past the elevator and into the next ward's hall, enter the fourth set of doors, and then immediately to the left. Immediately to your left, and then on the corner of the desk is a skull. Click on the skull to examine it for a trophy. So it seems like it's more or less just to find a skull. Or what about this one? A child's drawing trophy? Like, I don't even remember this one. Um, there's 17 drawings? Oh. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but I didn't understand how to do it. So this trophy, A Child's Drawing, is the one that we did, or when we're going through the maze, that's basically what that trophy is for. So I think that I might do just on my own time. I think that's something that I will end up doing either before or after the next video that we do on this game. But that one's the one where you have to figure out how to go through the maze and get all 17 of the freaking drawings. That way you're able to get the trophy, which again, I've never been able to do it. I've been kind of close, but I tend to lose track. The way that the not the stairs, but the ramps and the doorways are positioned are very confusing to me, and I do tend to lose the way that I navigate. There's one more I do want to look up, which is the secret place under the asylum. Now, this is one that at the beginning of the game, after going through the gate and heading up the road, go left through the gap in the emergency fencing. Follow the wall on your right until you see a door in the wall. Go in, go down. Please note that this achievement is located outside of the asylum building on the grounds below the front doors. It is in the storage that is retaining walls. So this is a trophy that you get from the very beginning of the game, which is very interesting. So what I can tell from so far, in the next video, we're going to go all the way to the beginning to Charlotte. Or it might be the department. I don't know if I think Charlotte might be its own chapter where we get the doll, or before we get the doll or something like that. Then A Child's Drawing, which is 13, which is annoying me. We have to get through all of them. So it doesn't matter if you do whichever, as long as you get all the drawings. The Arreste Baucho, whatever the heck this one's called, it's in 11, so regardless if it's A or B. That one's in 11, and there's a certain way that you do it. The scaffolding trophy ends up having us to go all the way back to 6 from the start. So we're going to end up doing that at some point. And then there's another one in 11. It says we should do it in Route A, but apparently you can do it in B as well. Again, that's the one where you have to pick the choices A, C, A, A, C, A, B, A. A lot of A's, a lot of C's, and a couple, well, by a couple, more like one B. And that picture of a girl with a pig head playing jump rope is kind of scary. So, I don't know what really. I think clearly what the differences are is the choices that you make, and I guess what you as a player want to believe in. So I think this is what we're gonna do. Since the trophy is called the truth or finding out the truth or something like that. Um. Oh no. And what was she called? That's the name of the trophy. So, um, I'm sorry, my wisdom teeth are really bothering. Um, so things like this, I think what we're missing, it might be from the beginning, who knows, it could be before. Whatever happens in the beginning part here, in the very bottom, as you can tell, a little orange box moving, that is basically what I believe to be the beginning of the diary that maybe explains in a way about how she feels. Because I think it would take too long if we have her reading for us. So I will end up reading this. Like, this one seems interesting. Like, I'll read this page for you guys very quickly, and it's like a little preview, I guess. But it says, my memory of those years is hazy. Between the age of about 7 and 10, my memories are disconnected. And I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Charlotte, where are you? My dear Charlotte. Come here, Charlotte. Beautiful Charlotte. Charlotte, forgive me. It's kind of weird to talk to her like that, but whatever. It says, thinking back to it makes me want to laugh, but at the beginning I remember that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me, and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me and her presence. But then, you go to the next page, and it's like, why did it get dark? Why is her teeth showing like that if clearly it's not showing in this one? The eyes kind of glow, but why do they look more menacing in here? Why does she circle in diary friend and underline? What is that? Second? Oh, she didn't underline. She actually erased something and then put the second year of school. Wonder what that is. I'll read this one too, since it kind of goes along. It says, her presence did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend, and at least until I was in grade 2, second grade, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me, and if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it, which is kind of interesting and weird. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now, all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me. I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me, but back then I was too afraid to understand it. I think it'd be a very big twist if it turns out that, like, this spirit or something was haunting the doll, and then she talks to the doll, and the doll is actually like just a haunted doll. That'd be kind of a twist, but the game and developer clearly say this has to do something with mental illness, and I think this part right here. Oh, I didn't realize on the bottom it says then the dream finished. Um, this part here from maybe the I don't know where it begins and where it ends. I want to say it begins maybe either Oh yeah, it begins here because it says on the right, I was in bed, and then I think it goes all the way here. But then it says, then the dream finished, and it could be a possibility. This I keep insisting. I have the like feeling that she had to be raped, and because how that connection she had with the doll, it does make her seem insane. And then this part you can see drawings. I'm gonna take out the text. This part right here, you'd see it's like they show skeletons and like a demon or something. Um, they're just going based off the drawings alone. I don't understand the drawings of the rabbits. It could be like a cull or something. Um, but it seems like I don't know how I'd want to say everything was against her. That she maybe did try to have a normal life after that, but it just wasn't working. Um, I don't know if that's supposed to symbolize that she feels pain or no pain or who knows. But her life is basically shattered, and I could only assume everything makes her feel uneasy and things are just aren't right. I guess I don't know how else to state it, but like these kids have really deformed faces, and we know that they're kids because earlier from the I guess, yeah, the chapters actually. That's where we know it from. It's based on the chapters because you can see that these are kids at number 8, and they sort of all have like deformed faces and things like that. I would say the same maybe about 12. I'm not 100% confident about it. Um, Depending the way that you see it, regardless, it's just a linear story. But there's a lot of things. I don't know what could happen, but I'm gonna give you guys the laydown of what I think. And I already know it might change again, but I think I'm gonna end up saying that again the next time we do it. So, you know what? Actually, matter of fact, we'll just save it for the next time. But just do know I will be bringing up chapter, well, at least the imagery from here, 1, 3, uh, both 6, both of 7, maybe 8, 12 definitely, maybe 13, perhaps 14, and of course definitely 15. Because regardless what you do, the main character Renee gets a lobotomy. Um, but I only could assume that it wasn't good. Like the lobotomy didn't go out correctly because the character clearly does have memory loss, but she's going back into the asylum to understand what happened to her because clearly she has memories of this place, knows what it is, where it's at. She's coming back at such an older age because when she's in the asylum, she's supposed to already be 16 years old. The game misguides you a bit. I mean, it does, yet it doesn't. It made me think that we were a much younger child in this asylum and that we are playing as a 16-year-old trying to figure out the past. But that's not the case. It's actually about a 16-year-old who goes into the asylum and then from that point is figuring out or at least when she's 16 she's in the asylum, and then who knows how many years later she could be in her 30s perhaps, maybe 40s. I would assume somewhere in the 30s, maybe. But based on the way the conditions are, it could be more. So I would say somewhere between the 30s and 40s. She comes back to the asylum. Everything's broken down. Surprised that electricity still works. Maybe it wasn't that long. Maybe she is in her 30s. But who knows? I clearly don't. I'm thinking of different ideas of what could happen. But yes, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this. It is a very interesting thing, and I'm hoping by the next time that we do play this, we are getting everything almost like basically 100%. We can know that basically just by getting the platinum trophy of the game. Maybe the one in I think it was chapter 14 where we had to find all the drawings may not have to do too much with the game itself, but you never really know. Perhaps you will end up finding all of the drawings, and for some reason there's a different outcome there. Just a slightly different outcome, but regardless, it still kind of has the same ending. But I'd have a feeling by that time, when we are there, it doesn't matter what we did. It's gonna happen regardless. I think that's the case. But I don't know. Again, if you guys have any thoughts on this game, I know we kind of already went through it like 3 times now, but or twice technically, but give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think about it. I think it's very cool and interesting. They do have another game, but again, that one is on Steam. I believe it's called Martha is Dead, and I can't check it out. But you guys are able to go ahead and check it out. And if it is as good as this, hopefully longer, it'll be a good story. And I'm hoping that they do make more games for us on the console, for us to go ahead and be able to play more stories. I think since Telltale isn't around anymore, basically they have the, I wouldn't say drop the ball, but maybe sort of have the torch, you know what I mean? Telltale had the torch for um, those story games, and since they're gone, anybody at this point is able to go ahead and pick it up. Uh, I mean, I don't really want to say that they dropped the ball because I feel like that's their own responsibility. I mean, they did say they went bankrupt, I believe. Um, so who knows? I clearly don't. But yeah, so if it's a ball that they dropped, somebody picks it up. If it's a torch, somebody is reigniting the flame. And I think the people at I believe it was LKA, or it could be IKA, I don't remember. But the people that are working on this game, or yeah, and the Martha is Dead, they could easily go ahead, and I see them being the next people to go ahead and create these story games. Um, it's not exactly the same as something such as the Telltales, where if someone is playing a game, they have options for everything, um, but it tells a story very good, and it does leave up to questioning on a lot of things. And I do like a game that does that. And if this was a game that, let's say, if it was a game that had like or was setting up a sequel, it'd be very good at it going ahead and making that. Um, I mean, of course, we did have Detroit Become Human, and of course, that one's gonna do much better than this one. Oh, excuse me. So that one was made for Detroit Become Human. Was made by Quantic Dreams, and of course, I don't know what games they've ever made. I'm gonna look up according to Wikipedia. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with developers, but they made games. I see on here they're talking about a lot of random stuff. Did motion capture for the film Immortal. Something about Fahrenheit. PlayStation 4 demos. Controversies. Okay, maybe this isn't the best. Okay, so it says here has developed 5 video games. The Nomad Soul, Fahrenheit, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human. Now, I've heard of a few of these games. I've heard of Detroit Become Human. I've heard of Heavy Rain, and I actually have that game. Actually, that might be one that we'll go ahead and do next. Beyond Two Souls, I think I have that one saved in my PlayStation as well. And if it is a game like that, who knows? Maybe this studio, Quantic Dream, may be able to go ahead and, carry on with the torch of story games. Yeah, I do have it. I do have Beyond Two Souls. I have Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls. I don't have Detroit Become Human. Now, Fahrenheit I never heard of. Or actually, no. I remember Fahrenheit. This is a 2005 game. I played a demo of it back in the day. I remember being confused in what you had to do. So Fahrenheit, I do remember that game. I've only played the demo of it, and that was a long time ago. Um, but yeah, everything else, I'm just messing around with the PlayStation stuff right now. But all these other games, they have Nomad Soul Exodus, which could be a very different game. And it looks as if it's an old game. It doesn't tell me the year, it doesn't have a picture on it for some reason. But I'm gonna watch this guy. It's a Dreamcast game. Wow, so they kind of go very back, but they do very good. So I think if Quantic Dream could go ahead and sort of pop out games, kind of I guess as fast as Telltale did, I think there's a few areas that Telltale did good because I think they were working on for quite a while. I don't know if they still were, but I know for a long time they were working on the Lego games. Um, and that was a good segment. And of course, all the other games like um, I have the Game of Thrones, which I like. There was the what was it called? Guardians of the Galaxy and a bunch of other stuff. Pretty interesting, if you ask me, but they're really good. Quantic Dream seems like they're doing very good because I know, of course, Heavy Rain was like one of the most popular, and then Detroit Become Human is the most talked about. I haven't heard a lot of people. Okay, I haven't heard a lot of people talking about Beyond Two Souls, but if it is good, I will be able to play it, and maybe it's good. I don't know. And Fahrenheit, I don't know if that will ever return, but I do remember that back in the day. But I played it as a demo, not the full game. So, anyway, thank you everybody for watching this video. I know I kind of stretched it at the end, but I guess that's fine. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm hoping we have cereal in here because I want some cereal and then we'll just knock out. It is almost 3 in the morning. It's 2:41. So thank you for tuning into the broadcast, and I'm gonna have to catch you guys next time when hopefully we will be able to wrap up the Town of Light, give a definitive, I guess, theory of the main character Renee, and that's about it. So thank you, goodbye, and of course, stay healthy.